We don't grow despite the storms. We grow because of the storms. Second quote. Comparison is the thief of joy. Welcome to Passing the Torch, the podcast where we talk about leadership, character development, and resilience, the traits that help us grow as people, teammates, and leaders. I'm your host, Martin Foster, and today's episode is a little extra special. This is episode 100. Since launching Passing the Torch back in January of 2018, I've had the privilege of sitting down with incredible leaders, mentors, and friends who have shared their wisdom and experiences. But today, I get to sit down with someone who's been with me through every season of life. My amazing wife of 24 years, Lora Foster. As I prepare to retire from the military after 23 years of service, it feels fitting that we talk about what it means to lead through transition, to grow together, and to keep passing the torch, not just in our careers, but in our marriage and family. So join us as we reflect on the lessons learned, the challenges faced, and the next chapter ahead. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome the person who made me realize that home is a feeling and not a place. Passing the Torch with Lora Foster starts now. First and foremost, welcome to the show, and thank you for joining me. How was that intro?
It was good.
I was pretty excited about that intro. Episode 100. I mean, how crazy is this?
This is really crazy.
This book right here is my famous guest book, and I've had it, for a long time. And you have been the guest, the unicorn that I've been chasing for 8 years. And this whole time, I've had people ask me, how come your wife's never been on it? And I'm like, she doesn't want to be on it, but you couldn't escape this one.
I know. This is your thing.
I know. But you're at episode 100. It's a big milestone. So,
it is a big milestone.
Can you believe it?
I know.
With that in mind and everything else, why is life great right now?
Life is great right now because we are getting ready for a new experience, a new lifestyle, getting to set down roots and be somewhere for a long time.
Yeah. For everyone that knows you, knows that you love going out of your comfort zone. That's what people say most about you, right? So
right.
How much are you stepping out of your comfort zone right now?
A lot. I am not one to be in front of the camera. I'm to be behind the camera. I love when you bounce your ideas off of me and ask me about questions and things like that. Read the stuff that you have. But this is very out of my comfort zone.
What about for calendar year 2025? Because a lot has happened this year.
It's been a very big year for our family, with your retirement and becoming Ohio State residents and just a lot of transition. And then also along with that, raising two kids that are in very different age groups, a teenager and then a little one. It's never the same 2 days in a row.
No. I heard something at a podcast recently. It was actually with Matthew McConaughey. And you already know what I'm going to ask, but I want to get your thoughts on it again, because you always have the people see me right in front everywhere. They don't see me bouncing ideas off of you and these fantastic motivational speeches that you give me in our living room or in the car or, in the kitchen. But what do you think of when I say model the rise, not the result?
Model the rise, not the result. Just to work hard, to keep at it, to not just be focused on the end result, but also how you get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Does anything come to mind with specifically to our family with modeling the rise and not the result? Because I feel like we've achieved a lot, but
we have. But there's always more. I know you're always wanting to do more with this podcast. There are new experience that we want to have with our kids, especially as they get older, and we're starting to get to do that now. So I feel like there's always something else.
Yeah. Over the past, I said 24 years of marriage, but it's been 23. But we've been together for actually coming up on 25 years, which is crazy to think about. And my birthday's tomorrow, and you brought up earlier, man, you're gonna be 44 tomorrow. Yeah. I was 19 when we started dating.
Yeah.
But we have faced a lot of challenges in growth, right? On so many different levels. But when you look back at the moments, when you look back, what moments stand out to you as the times that most tested our resilience, and what helped us get through them as a team?
First of all, probably being stationed overseas right off the bat. I mean, being married for a year and being sent to a foreign country, apart from all family and friends that we've known, and having to establish our relationship as a married couple who had been apart for a long time while you were in training. So learning to rely on each other during that time.
And before social media,
Right.
yeah.
Before Facebook, before texting was a thing, we didn't have cell phones when we moved over there. So just learning how to depend on each other, but also knowing that it's also important to have our own community as well outside of each other. That to me was really important.
On community, how important is that for? I feel like it's been easy for me to build my community, like always being assigned to units and just having that interaction with people. But you've had to reestablish your own community numerous times. But just as a military spouse, what do you want people to know? What are some of those challenges that you face that maybe people don't necessarily see or always acknowledge?
It's very hard to find your community when you get somewhere new. The military does a good job of trying to set up support networks like spouses clubs or the chapel or even key spouse groups. So those are really great, but also knowing that you have to put down roots as soon as you get somewhere. Waiting around and, saying that you're going to do something and not attending or not going doesn't help. But being a little more intentional, making sure that you go to whatever meetings or whatever's being offered, and finding things even just in the community.
What's been the kindest thing another spouse has ever said to you or done for you? Or if it wasn't a spouse, I think what's maybe the kindest thing a military member has said to you or done for you?
Um, I can't think of anything specific like one person has done that was great, but any invitation um, to lunch, to a meeting that they are going to, somewhere that we can go together. If, I'm new to a place, um, someone invited me to my first MOPS group meeting. That was fantastic. I ended up being part of 3 different MOPS groups.
Yeah.
So not even knowing that that was a thing and being invited to my first meeting was fantastic because that set me up for finding friends in 3 different locations.
Yeah.
So just anything like that.
We often talked about leadership in professional settings, but what have you learned about leadership within our family over the years?
Leadership in our family. Just trying to set a good example on how we want our kids to also be leaders. That you don't have to be in this grand position or high position in order to be a leader. You can lead wherever you are.
Yeah, and that's great advice. I think we say that a lot at the dinner table.
We do.
Yeah. How has your understanding of leadership evolved through our marriage and military life?
I think when I was younger, I really did think that you had to have all these followers or be in a position of leadership in order to be a leader. But that's not the case. Just setting a good example and being there for other people is still being a leader.
These are great thoughts, babe. Who was probably maybe your first experience or your first memory of a leader throughout our journey together? Someone that you're like, man, this person's they're a leader because they made me feel welcomed or included. What's some of your earliest military memories?
A leader because I was included.
Or just, I mean, you get what I'm trying to ask. Like, who was that person that just, your first thought, like, man, this person's not because of their title, but just because of they inspired you or just they earned your respect or there's something about them. Who was that kind of early memory?
I don't know about the earliest, but one person that sticks out to me was Rachel Johnson.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she was a fantastic friend, fantastic leader, just a great example of a military spouse and friend.
Yeah, you guys clicked right away in Hawaii. And I remember you bought those gluten-free pretzels or something for her. Like, yeah, you guys, I loved your guys' relationship. So, and of course, Haley playing with their boys. Um, yeah, that's awesome. So shout out to Rachel and DJ. So now, like, actually, as the time of this recording, we purposely wanted to wait till after I retired. So this is November 3rd at the time of recording. I officially retired 2 days ago, but there's still a transition process, right? And I hit the button on 1 November of last year. But as we've been preparing for this retirement and this new chapter, what are your thoughts about the emotions all through this transition?
I mean, we've had them all.
What did Sarah BW say? Like, or what'd you say? Like, it's pick a day, pick an emotion.
Yeah. I told her, I was like, pick an emotion and pick a day, because we're having them all.
I think you called it a roller coaster.
It
So
is.
yeah,
Absolutely. And wanting to make sure that you're making the right decision. And I mean, this is new after 23 years of us moving around and having the military as our support, and now staying where we are, knowing we're not moving in a few years. That's a lot.
what's been the most exciting? Because I know there's a lot of nervousness and uncertainty with this transition. But again, what's something that maybe you've been most excited about for yourself? Kind of go deeper, maybe the way you talked about earlier, and then maybe like what have you been most excited about for me?
I think it's the same for both of us, but that we get to stay in a place long term where we can build onto our community, that we can find our place within where we're living, to be more involved, and also to see our kids do the same.
Yeah. Um. God, you're killing it, babe. I'm loving it. So you're a pro at this. What does passing the torch look like for us in the next season of life?
Oh wow.
And I don't mean that in terms of the podcast, but
Right.
yeah.
Passing the torch for our family. I know passing the torch is always about leadership and resilience and telling the stories of others. So maybe even just the same for our family. If we're still in a military community, and if there are people that, we can help out or we can give direction, we've been lucky enough to have some fantastic duty assignments, or even, the people in our community, however we can help them.
Yeah, I love it. So after all these glorious years of being married, because it's been 100% easy the entire time, right? Uh, what have you learned about character, both in yourself and in me? And that's been shaped by our experiences together. And please don't bring up the McDonald's fast food driving to LA story.
Fast food is not our strength. I think. No, read it again. Hold on.
After all these years of being married, what have you learned about character, both in yourself and in me, that's been shaped by our experiences together?
I think that, I mean, not to sound cheesy, but we are better together.
Yeah.
Right? And I think
Hell
that
yeah.
we're more capable of things when we work together. You and I are very different. And so I think that we bring out each other's strengths, and we, kind of help each other in our weaknesses.
Yeah. I still remember in 2013, after the Dayton CW finale contest, that drive home, and he gave me the best motivational speech ever. And then just even, I don't know, there's been so many other times where you were like my hype person. And it was like, man, the only thing if this was a video on YouTube, it would have had millions and millions of views. God, people don't get to see that side of you, right? I see it every day. Yeah, so I'm grateful and appreciative for it. Yeah, and just for everyone listening, of course, we'd be lying if we said we don't argue. There's definitely been some, separation because of the military, and all these different things, and you know, working on communication and a lot of time apart. But we've also gotten some arguments, and it usually stems around fast food. It seems to be the Achilles heel, whether it's McDonald's drive-throughs or arguing in a Chinese drive-through. It's the best. It's like, so thanks for not giving up on me and walking away, because most people probably would have. So
You may be the most reactive, but I'm probably the one who instigates a lot.
oh, I appreciate that. Yeah. Uh, and I know this is kind of inside between us, but the soda on the counter in our second apartment in Japan, was that Burger King or McDonald's? The one that okay. Yeah, so we've had incidents at Chinese restaurants, McDonald's twice, I think, because we had the Japan airport in Tokyo. Anyway, what do you think, like, in terms of like adversity has been our biggest test in character during our career, military time together?
Probably just our distance from our family and being comfortable
Yeah.
doing, our first assignment being overseas and then going over to Hawaii in the middle of your career. So just to me, that's out of our comfort zone already.
Yeah.
And being far from our extended family is hard for me.
Yeah, except you're very much like family oriented, which I love. You love your family. I do have to say though, like your family came a lot to Hawaii to visit, so we weren't. My mom and my sister did too. So we definitely we set up Hotel Foster, the West Pacific branch. Has there been a time that you've seen where you just let down during assignment, not by family, but just by the military or people in the military? And yeah, so if there was a time that you were just really just disappointed and let down by other people, what got you through that, if so?
I don't know if let down by other people or not a specific person, but probably our first assignment here in Ohio.
Yeah.
Haley was 3 months old when we got here. We bought a house, and 4 months after we got here, you deployed.
Yeah, because we got here, yeah, in February. It was cold, like snowing, like a ton of snow. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got here in January and bought our house in April, and you deployed in June.
Yep.
And it was just so fast. And being in a new location where I didn't really know a lot of people, the people we did know were gone. Being a new mom,
Yeah.
that was very hard.
Yeah.
And unexpected.
As a follow up to that, what were times where you saw people let me down, and what would your advice be to other spouses or other partners when they, the same thing happens to their military spouse, on how they can best be supportive to help get their military member through that time?
Oh, there's definitely been times where I've seen people let you down. I think listening is probably the biggest thing. Just sometimes not even needing, you don't even need me to give you advice. Just venting and listening. And I think that's very important. And sometimes I ask you, are you saying this because you want me to tell you what I think you should do? Or are you just saying this because you want to get your frustration out?
Yeah. Yeah, and definitely, there's been a lot of those times. I know for me personally, I wouldn't have got through like Hawaii without you, especially like that the last 2 years. I mean, you were,
That was a little rough.
God, man. Yeah, that was, and I still like harbor like a little bit of. I've gotten better, just with forgiveness and everything, but there's still some residual effects from that time. But I would not be anywhere near the recovery and growth if it not for you. So just thank you. I mean, it's yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. If it wasn't for you, like there's, I don't know what I would have done. On that, what are ways to, because you do so many great things, and my retirement speech, I talked about all my favorite things about you and how they're all unmatched in my eyes. But what are ways to create and communicate grace?
I think just communicate grace. I think understanding and knowing that none of us are perfect. Just keeping in mind that we all have our strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah. I want you to give yourself some credit. So what do you think like your biggest strength is?
I think I'm really good at finding the silver lining, putting a positive spin on things,
Yes.
even if it's bad nutrition. And I think I'm really good at,
It's got protein.
or at least I try to be our family's biggest cheerleader.
You are. No, yeah, that's not even. It's you're the goat. So the greatest of all time. As a follow up to that, because you're very good. There's been so many times where I've been wrong about people, and upon meeting them, instantly you've told me later on, like that day, whatever. I don't trust that person. Something's not right, or I don't like that person, or not. I shouldn't say you don't like that person, but there's been so many times where I trusted someone, and you knew from the beginning they were bad news, and and you tried to tell me, and I didn't listen to you, and it's blew up in my face many times. Um, but I mean, every time you voice your distrust or your concerns about people to me, you've been over the years you've been spot on. But one thing I'm guilty of is just listening to the outside noise, where you are so good at just focus. But how do you filter to know which perspectives are worth listening to?
I don't think that I know. I think it's something that I can feel when I meet people or when I talk to people. I think because I'm not extremely vocal, I'm more observant. And so I'm okay sitting and just kind of taking everything in. And I think it's made me just very good at reading people.
Yeah. There's been so many times where and I'm like, you're right, I was wrong. No names, of course, but um, in the last 5 years, what have you become better at saying no to, whether it's distractions, invitations,
Saying
etc.
no to things that um, are not for me, that are just kind of there to take up time. I've had to really evaluate what I spend my time on, especially if as our kids are getting older and in more activities. It's not just about you and I and things to fill our time, and they just go along with it. It's finding their priorities, what they want to do, and then also finding so that everybody in our family has something for themselves.
Yeah, no, that's true. Both of our kids, and yeah. So I guess just for now, I mean, you Air Force spouse for 23 years. I mean, you served as well. I mean, think about, I mean, 23 years. Um, and I think people don't realize all the things you've done during our career, right? The places that you've worked when we were in Japan, the places you worked in California. So I think there's, sometimes people underestimate, but you don't care. That's one of my things I admire most about you is that that's usually responsible.
Because I'm not doing these things for other people, I'm doing these things for us.
You're the champ. I won the lottery with you, but what's your advice to any upcoming spouse or younger spouse or someone who still has some time left in the military game? What new realizations and or approaches helped you? What are those tips?
I don't know about approaches, but I've enjoyed our military career. I love to travel,
Yeah.
and this just gets me a heavier dose of it. Rather than spending a couple of weeks somewhere, we've gotten to spend years. And especially like in Japan and Hawaii, getting to experience the food and the culture and enjoy those experiences. Like in Japan, teaching our English class and just being friends with people who were outside of the military community. Everywhere we've gone, we've been friends with somebody who wasn't military affiliated, and that's been a very good experience for us.
Yeah, I love that. I forgot about we taught English to Japanese locals, and that was all. That was your initiative. Like you were the one who said, "Hey, we should do this," and that was a cool experience. Yeah, I feel like we kind of immersed. What's your like most favorite random military thing? Like just a random moment that comes to mind that whether it's conversation or some random event that you're like, it always puts a smile on your face when you think about it.
I don't know about a specific memory, but our time in Hawaii was one of my favorites. It's where Haley started elementary school, Bowen was born, tons of trips to the beach and hiking and the nice weather and the food. There are just so many. And we do have some hard memories that came out of that assignment, but we also have some fantastic friendships that came out of that assignment.
Exactly, and we'll get to those, right? And also the resilience that I think people, they don't, despite their best efforts, we only grew significantly stronger physically, mentally, emotionally. That so as much as it sucked at the time, those hardships, those hard lessons, like I'm so thankful for them. But yeah, there were so many great memories too. The trips to the beach and the spam musubi is that's a life hack right there. The spam musubi on the way to the beach, man. It's like fits in your pocket, you know. Um, I want you to finish the sentence. I want to thank myself for.
Um, I want to thank myself for being willing to experience new things. Because I think that's a big part of military life.
Especially for us growing up in a somewhat small town in Oklahoma, right? Yeah, I love that. And you've been diving both feet in wherever we go, whether it was Japan, California, here twice, Hawaii. So you've been great about that. As you look back, what is a lesson that took you the longest to learn?
Probably coming out of my comfort zone. It's still something that I struggle with. I don't do it near as often as I should or wish that I did. Um, so that's probably it.
That's good. I want to transition to some miscellaneous topics,
Okay.
right? Some random questions. Um, if I pray for you, or if you want anyone to pray for you, what should they pray for?
Um, in this part of life, probably direction. Trying to find where I fit in and find something for me as we kind of settle in, knowing that we're not moving again. Um, and I do have other things that I do, but I'm looking for something else, something additional to what I do now. Um, but also that I be a good and supportive wife and mom.
You're the best. Our kids won the lottery with you as their mom. So I tell them that all the time. And I won the lottery with you as my wife. So you can find love at the club. Huh?
Feelings.
Oh, stop. Um, here's some fun questions.
Okay.
If you're going to fight someone and you're walking out and they are playing a song, what is the song? What's your your intro song?
Intro song. Oh my goodness. I don't know. Do you have something in mind?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it fits. Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio, but that's not really a fight song.
Not really a fight song,
Um,
but we do listen to that one a lot for some reason.
we do.
Not when the kids are
Uh, maybe John Cena's music. I don't know. I don't know. If you think of something, come back to it.
Okay.
Or for everyone listening, like Laura's friends, put it in the comments, please.
Yeah, that'd be a good one.
Yeah, that'd be good. So have Megan and Sarah BW and everyone else and Janet come up with a song for Laura. So, all right. So something else people don't know about you is that whether you admit it or not, you are a pro wrestling fan. So over the past 3 years, we have just, as a family, just really gotten into pro wrestling. We watch it with our daughter, and Laura tries to deny it, but she definitely has her favorites, and I've caught her watching it without me before. Now it could be because of who's on the TV. I don't know. I'm convinced you have a crush on Drew McIntyre, but
No, he's not one of my favorites. I like watching him wrestle.
I mean I know Seth Rollins too.
Yes.
But with that, and this is a question maybe only wrestling fans will know, but if you were to cash in a WWE Money in the Bank contract on anything in life other than a WWE championship, what would it be?
A Anything in life. Goodness. It's a tough one. Because I feel like we learn so much from our experiences. Maybe something to do with our kids.
Like what?
That they find whatever they're passionate about to be successful in.
I have my predictions for both of our kids. I mean, it's just well, what they're going to be, a lot of things.
I guess.
Yeah. But that's for us to know. Okay. So nothing for yourself?
I'm sure there would be. I'm not completely. So maybe to be a good cook.
You are a great cook.
I know, but I don't love to cook. I cook because I love to eat.
How was the shrimp pasta I made like 2 weeks?
Fantastic.
Yeah. Might should crave that again. Might making that soon.
You should make it.
Yeah. All right. Another thing we love to do is to watch TV series like from start to finish, right? Where we don't watch anything else until when I think over the past, really because of COVID is when we started that, I think, right?
I think so.
We might have started a little bit before that.
I think a few over the years, but not like we have.
But if you could transport and be a part of any TV show, but it was like actual real life, but you were, I guess, a character or person as part of like that show, which TV show would it be?
Which TV show to be a part of? Probably Seinfeld.
Really?
And I just watched that one over the summer. But I don't know, they do nothing but hang out at a coffee shop. That sounds like a dream day.
That's not what I thought you would have said, so.
Really?
King of Queens.
Oh, but I haven't watched that one start to finish. I haven't watched all the episodes. I've watched a lot.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like Carrie. She's funny.
Yeah. They say she's bitchy, like she. Seinfeld, that's good. I love that. So yeah, they hang out in the coffee shop, and it's we all know who your favorite character. Not the out of the four, but the side characters, the soup.
Oh yes.
Yeah, you were so looking forward to that episode. All right, if you could time travel to any time past or future, where would you go?
Time travel. Past or future. I might go somewhere in the past. I don't know. I feel like I know that technology is great, but I feel like things are getting harder with technology. And I kind of like things that are a little more simple. So I'd probably go somewhere maybe more like the 70s or 80s.
I think going back to the 80s would be cool, or even back in the 90s before technology got like too big, I'd go in the 1950s.
That might be a little too hard.
Or the 1920s, So, depends how good the food was. When you think of a movie image that depicts leadership, and it doesn't have to be a military movie, who or what comes to mind? And this could be any Hallmark or Lifetime or whatever Christmas movie.
I mean, if we're including Hallmark Christmas movies,
yeah,
which I've already started watching.
Yes, love them, love it.
I don't know. I'm gonna go really sappy, and it is a Christmas movie. Do you know what I'm gonna say?
Probably Love Actually.
No.
Okay.
The Family Stone.
That movie makes me cry.
I know, it's so sad. But I don't know, it's such a good, heartwarming family story. And she's such a leader of their family and how they carry on. I don't know. It's just a really good movie.
Damn, that's pretty deep. It's good. All right. Just wrapping up. Tell us a story about a recent friendship you made the past 2 to 3 years and how that friendship came about.
The past 2 to 3 years. A new friendship.
If it needs to be 4 years, I can extend that just for you. Only for you.
I mean, if we're going to go 4 years, you know my closest friends. And they have been fantastic. I mean, they are the ones that get me through the hard days with our kids.
Yeah.
And they just make life fun. Like, I can't rely on you for everything.
Mm-hmm.
So absolutely. I mean, Megan and Sarah and Janet and Jen. I mean, those are the ones that when I need something, I need to vent, I need to talk something out. And a lot of them know things that we face and can share and just kind of have that camaraderie with.
They're pretty cool. I like them. They're good people. So now I want to transition that to do a name game. I'm just going to say 3 names.
Okay.
So just use one word to describe that person.
Okay.
All right. One positive word. I know how like you like to cuss. I'm just joking. You don't do that stuff. But and if you feel the need or compelled to say more, I'll make an exception for you.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. The first one's Nicole.
Oh my goodness. She's a powerhouse.
Yeah.
Like she is doing things way out of her comfort zone right now and for the betterment of her family.
Yep.
And I am amazed at what she's doing.
Yeah, she's cool. Yeah.
But she's my partner in crime.
You talk about opposites, but you guys are just like it's like peanut butter and avocado or something. But like you guys click, man. Like it's awesome to see how much your friendship has just blossomed since Japan. Risha.
Oh my goodness. She's hilarious.
How would my mom say her name?
Risha.
Risha. Yeah. I remember her like getting off or us getting off the plane, I think I guess in Washington or her seeing us for you were pregnant
at the airport.
Yeah, and she was so like giddy and stuff because you were pregnant at the time, and you know she was like, "You're so cute," and yeah. What's your favorite memory with her?
Probably going wine tasting with her and your mom.
I forgot about that. She probably understood me a lot more after that. It all came together, right? Yeah. Last and certainly not least, Jeanette.
Just a great example of a good human being. Like she amazes me, the things that she does and that her kids do and just them as a family. Such a great example for us.
And an okay singer. No, I love it. Jeanette, she sang the national anthem.
Very talented.
Yeah, extremely. But that was beautiful. That was great. All right. Last couple questions. If there was a giant billboard with your picture on it for the world to see, because we all know how much you love attention, what would you want that billboard to say? And where would you want that billboard to be?
I knew this question was coming.
Yep.
I don't really have any of my own words that I would want everybody to know. But like the opening quote that you gave me, like in my intro, is absolutely something that I try to remember.
Say it.
Comparison is a thief of joy by Eleanor Roosevelt. She has some fantastic quotes. But that's one that I try to remember, especially in being a military spouse and a mom. And where would I want it to be? Maybe here, where we're setting down our family and growing our community.
In Beaver Creek?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's good. I like it. What is one piece of wisdom would you pass on to the next generation of people to help them light their own torch and carry it forward?
Piece of advice. Stay true to yourself, I guess. We kind of do things in our family the way that we feel is true to how we should be and not try to emulate exactly what someone else is doing. And I think that's very important.
And it's tough.
It is. It is very tough.
It's tough. But I felt like us becoming more authentic or sticking to our guns about authenticity. Mm-hmm. I think we're starting to see some of those rewards where people are naturally starting to gravitate more toward us, or maybe people who kind of doubted us before. Now they're starting to like want to be around us more. I don't know. I've seen it. I think authenticity, it draws people in.
It does.
I do have a couple bonus questions. Okay. This one's totally random for name game. Go back just for Colonel Nazal.
I love her.
Why?
She's so sweet.
Why is she sweet?
Because she always tells me how pretty I am or how she likes what I'm wearing, or I don't know. She's just a confidence booster.
I bet if she's listening to this, she's gonna be like, before, like, you are beautiful, right? Yeah, she is beautiful. Yeah,
But she's so beautiful, just as a person and outside, inside.
yeah. I know that was a deep cut, right? Yeah, deep one. But I had to. She always, it always cracked me up, and she'd always had to make it a point to say that to you. I love it. Um, can you do an impression of me?
Not while sitting still.
All
You're
right.
too animated.
Oh, because I was gonna say you can do an impression of me, and I'll do one of Caleb.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, Martin. What the hell are you doing?
You're better at impressions.
Um, I want to start this tradition with you. What's a I was gonna ask like what quote I could leave for the like a future episode or a future guest, but is there a question? I want to start, passing the torch between episodes, right?
Mhm.
So I want to ask each guest to leave a question or a quote for a future episode.
I don't know if I have a question. You're always so much better at questions. You're really good at asking interesting questions. Things that not everybody else is asking.
Is there a favorite one
Oh gosh.
or a favorite episode?
Favorite episode, probably at least one that is way up there, Shane Pilgrim. I really liked what he had to say, and his insight was very interesting.
I love that you said that because I've had some crazy guests on my podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that's cool. That's a deep cut.
I think that one just resonated more with me.
Yeah. Episode 37, I think, is what that one was.
Oh, I'm glad you remember. I don't remember the number.
And this is episode 100, so I will never
That's
forget
right.
this. Do you have any parting thoughts or parting shots?
No, I don't think so. I appreciate you having me on. I know that you've been asking for a while, and I know that this took a lot of time and effort on your part. Um, but I appreciate it. It's been fun.
Cheers to high five to the next 100 episodes. I love you, babe.
Love you.